From Paris, thank you for the update. Russian President Vladimir Putin says he is ready and willing to coordinate Syria airstrikes with the United States. Putin made the statement following a meeting with French President Hollande. And to this point, the U.S. and Russia have communicated so as to avoid confrontations in the airspace over Syria, but have not coordinated their air campaigns. Both countries say they are targeting ISIS, but of course there's the disagreement on whether Bashar al-Assad should be part of Syria's future. Joining me now is Democratic Congressman from California, Brad Sherman. Congressman, thank you for being with us. We know that Vladimir Putin agreed yesterday to play a larger role in the fight against ISIS, but there's that coordination there that is lacking, especially when it comes to the air campaign. Can Vladimir Putin be trusted in this fight along with us?
You can't trust Putin. You can't trust an awful lot of people in international affairs, but you got to work with them. And if Putin would want to tell us where he's going to hit, if he's going to subscribe to a plan that keeps his planes perhaps several miles away from the Turkish border, keeps his planes from bombing the Free Syrian Army and the Turkmen who he was bombing just a few days before this unfortunate loss of life over Turkey and over Syria. I think that it makes sense to coordinate the details. I do not think that we will be able to get him to subscribe to our objectives, which is a reasonable Syria that hopefully refugees will want to move back to.
Well, let's talk about our objectives, especially when it comes to this administration. There have been members from your own party, Dianne Feinstein, also Leon Panetta, in light of the attacks in Paris, saying that something needs to be done immediately as far as action in combating ISIS. What do you think President Obama should be doing? Is the strategy right now, as he's saying it, when it comes to putting a latch on foreign fighters, stopping the flow of cash and more counterintelligence working, or should more be done like ground troops?
Well, first, the president needs to be praised. He did not lose 45,000 of America's best servicemen and women in an unnecessary war like his predecessor. But second, there are some steps the president should be taking. The air campaign we've had so far against ISIS has been a, quote, zero civilian casualty approach. That would have totally failed us in World War II. We have not bombed the oil fields. We have not bombed the tanker convoys that provide ISIS with its money. We should have been willing to do that. It's true that some of the drivers of those trucks are technically civilians, but so were all of the workers in the munitions factories that we hit during World War II. If you're working as part of the ISIS war machine and money machine, that is a legitimate target. So we have to broaden our targets. In addition, I think that you mentioned Senator Feinstein, that her idea of providing some additional scrutiny to those with European passports that have visited Iraq, visited Syria, and I would say even have a stamp in their passport visiting Turkey. Right now we have everybody's concerned about a few hundred refugees where we spend 2 years of vetting. We don't do 2 minutes of vetting of tourists coming here from Europe. Those that have those stamps probably should be subject to that.
Democratic Congressman from California, Brad Sherman, appreciate your